Hello, my name's Julie. My son Carl had a stroke 2.5 years ago back in Britain. He done very well after the stroke, but there was more improvement to be made. So after the British people said he couldn't have any more therapy because the funding had run out, we brought him to Moscow for stem cell treatment. The first time he had the first lot of treatment done, he was able to eat. Carl couldn't eat. The second time he had it done, he was able then to have lumps and start chewing. There was a lot of improvement in his strength. His speech was coming along. So then we went back to Britain and he had physiotherapy there, which helped a great deal. Then the third time we brought him back to Moscow, we saw massive changes. So he was then able to lift his legs slightly by himself. His right arm got a lot stronger. His breathing, coughing, sneezing, he couldn't do any of that. So then we decided that we would bring him back for more stem cell treatment. So we're now in Serbia. He's having more treatment now. We've noticed that he can now balance himself on the bed with his feet off of the floor, which he couldn't do that. He can now lift his left arm up and down like this, and he couldn't do that. He's back home. He's able with his right arm to be able to water his garden with a hose, hold it and lift up, which takes a lot to do for Carl, but he's able to do that. He can now bite into a burger. He couldn't bite, but he can now do that. He can eat toast. So I used to have to cut it into small pieces. Now I just give him toast and he can pick it up and eat it. The therapy is just absolutely fantastic. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So Carl's left arm, isn't very good at all, but after he's had therapy, he can lift it up to the back of his head, bring it back down. His legs, he's able now to lift his leg up and over onto the bed. The right leg obviously is stronger than the left leg, but he can lift that now. Yesterday he was saying mum, dad, now, good words. He was saying really good words yesterday. The change is unbelievable. I mean, he's so much stronger in himself. We noticed that he was staying up a lot longer. So everything in his body, his toileting, that has changed completely. He couldn't hold to go to the toilet. It had to be now. Now he can wait a good 20 minutes to go to the toilet. He couldn't do that. He's just so much stronger, stronger in himself. It is quite unbelievable. It really is. I'm seeing improvements. You know, even this morning. I mean, he's picking. I used to have to put his toothpaste on his brush and give him the toothbrush. I put the toothpaste on, but he's able to pick the toothbrush up, put it back down, pick the water up and gurgle. No, he couldn't do that. So that's in a matter of 8 days. He's now doing that. So there is such improvement, and we will keep going. We will. It's taken a while. It's taken a long time, but it's worth it. It is well worth it because we're seeing improvements all the time. Carl plays poker at home, and he couldn't hold the cards. He would pick them up and have to put them down. He can now hold the cards while he's playing. So it's normal things that we're seeing. He can now turn the lights on and off by lifting his arm and pressing the light switch. He couldn't do that. He can control his heating. He couldn't do that. You know, there's just such a change.
Those are just simple things. But
simple things, very, very simple things that we take for granted. You know, but the things that he's able to do that he could not do before this therapy. A massive change, massive. He couldn't sit, at the beginning, he couldn't sit in his chair for half an hour. Now he sits for 8 hours in his chair, fine. So the fatigue and tiredness has improved, oh, fantastic. And the sleeping, that's improved, so he sleeps right through the night, whereas before he was up, waking up to go to the toilet, so that the toileting is so under control. You know, things like that, where you don't, I suppose you don't think of things like that, but when you're going through it, it's unbelievable, the changes. Very good, very good, we're very happy. 3 months ago, I would wash his hair in the shower, and he wasn't able to hold his head back long enough for me to do the whole hair wash. Now I can actually do the whole hair wash without him choking. So this here, if he went like that, it would be a split second and it choking. Now, holds it back, I wash the hair, shampoo, and he's fine. So that's a big, big improvement. His facial expressions have changed. So he'll look at me as if to say, don't do that. Now that is just, and his smile, the whole face has just completely changed, all his expressions. He can lift his eyebrows, which he couldn't do that. His tongue is coming out further, and he can go side to side with his tongue, things like that. And obviously that helps with the eating, so that's why he's eating so much better. Lumps and things like that, so the swallow is so much better. I was 24-hour care. When he first come home, it was constant, all the time. We had to turn the TV over, we had to turn the light on, turn it off, because he was always in bed. So since the treatment, he's now, like I say, able to sit in his chair. If he wants the heating on, he goes and turns it on. So it's not so demanding on the family. When I put him to bed at night, I don't have to worry that he's going to ring me, because that's how he communicates, that he's going to ring me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He wants the light on, or he wants this, because he can do it himself. You know, it's a massive change, massive change. And even in him sitting up, he's sitting up better. Obviously this is to do with physio as well, you know, but the stem cells have helped him able to do that. You know, because we were told in England, after 10 months after Carl had the stroke, that he would stay the way he is. And that wasn't good. That was not good. And I said, no, he can't stay like that. He couldn't do anything. And that's when I looked up. Well, a friend of mine actually told me about stem cells, and then I looked into it all. And from then on, this is where all the improvements, because they told me he will not get any better than he is.
Because you didn't want to give up, actually.
I wouldn't give up. I will not give up. You know, even if you guys tell me that he won't walk again, I won't give up. And I know you here will do everything you can to help Carl. And you know, I know he will walk. I know he will. I'm not saying that he will run or play football. Do you know what I mean? But I know he will walk. I know you guys will have him walking.